Outside, a bunch of us got together and decided we would like to volunteer to go right away. So off we went to the draft board. And down at the draft board, they had us all sign volunteer statements and told us that they would let us know as soon as possible when we were to go. Sure enough, I got the notice in a couple of weeks. Since I was waiting for it and was all set to go, I was happy when it came. But Mom and Ann's my girl, were upset. They make you feel like you're going away and never coming back. They mean well, but they just don't understand sometimes.
It's true. I didn't understand. All I could think about was that it was unfair to me. I complained and I was sullen, but thank heavens Bill is a clear-thinking, wonderful guy, and he finally got it through my foolish head that thanks to Selective Service, he was going to benefit, the country was going to benefit, and so was our future, Bill's and mine.
They even had a party thrown for me. All the gang was there and we had a great time. Although I couldn't help feeling a little sad, because I realized that I was leaving something that I could never quite come back to again. A lot like moving away from your old neighborhood and leaving all your friends behind. Oh, I've been to parties of the same kind for pals of mine who left before. But it sure makes a difference when you're the guy that's going. I guess it's times like that when you realize you're growing up. And it hurts a bit. Well, time was short after that, what with saying goodbye to friends and relatives and getting things in shape to leave. I said goodbye to the folks at the house the morning I left and went down to where we were supposed to meet by myself. Well, I hate goodbyes, and I didn't like the idea of doing it in front of everybody. And as it was, most of the fellas did the same thing. Some of the members of the local board were there to see us off. I thought to myself, they must have seen a lot of fellas leave here month after month, some that didn't come back. Theirs is not the easiest job in the world, by a long shot. It was only a short ride to the induction center where we had a quick physical inspection, and then we were sworn into the Army. I'll have to admit I got a funny feeling when we stepped forward for the swearing in. I guess I just felt this was it. I was finally in the Army. There was an Army sergeant there, a nice, pleasant-looking fella, not much older than myself, but there was no fooling around when he hustled us onto the bus. It wasn't far to the Army camp, and I realized as we entered the gate that Selective Service had done its job and delivered us, signed and sealed. So here I am after 2 weeks training. I still feel pretty much like a civilian, but I'm beginning to feel a lot like a soldier, too.
That's to be expected. Feeling like a soldier. Not only feeling like one, but looking like one, acting like one. For the Army has a great and dedicated interest in every one of its men. It gives them the best that American resources can offer. In clothes, he's the representative of good taste and appearance. In food, it may be K-rations in time of battle emergency, but the soldier at all times is sumptuously catered to by dietitian, cook, and the quartermaster general. In health, the Surgeon General's vast staff of specialists keep him fit. Then comes the training, putting an iron grip into manpower and military preparedness. In today's Army, so great is the need for excellence that to be adequate is not enough. A man must be good. The soldier's mind must be alert. He must reason. He must figure. He must be an individual, not just a mechanical cog taking orders. And that calls for mental as well as physical development. Maybe all the things that the American soldier expects out of the Army don't materialize, but this much he can depend on. He can depend on becoming a vital part of his country's strength. He works, he learns, and he plays. And what does he take back with him into civilian life? An awareness of responsibility toward home, family, and country. An opportunity to establish a firm foundation for building toward a secure future. Through the fair and orderly process of selective service, The soldier helps give meaning to the terms manpower and military preparedness.
We have seen the Selective Service System in operation, and we feel you have gained a clearer understanding of its purpose and methods. This is Sergeant Stuart Queen, inviting you to be with us again next week for another look at your United States Army in action on the big picture.
The Big Picture is a weekly television report to the nation on the activities of the Army at home and overseas. Produced by the Signal Corps Pictorial Center. Presented by the U.S. Army in cooperation with this station. You can be an important part of the big picture. You can proudly serve with the best equipped, the best trained, the best fighting team in the world today, the United States Army.